tonight, your Fusion on the road up in Hayward, taking on the Hurricanes. It's Chris Larson alongside Andrew Nelson with Adam Lindis on the camera and at the controls. And it should be a great game here tonight, Andrew. We played the same team a couple of weeks ago in Barron, and that game was a nail-biter right up until the end. You talked about it a little bit in that JV game, but tell us a little bit about what you saw in that first game.
That first game, JV game, first game varsity?
The varsity game we played a couple weeks ago.
Yep, so in that game, it was a scrappy battle. This is a team that plays, I would say, more physical than most. Not in a dirty way, though. They get after you. They finish plays, and I think you would mention they're more of an opportunistic team. They're not high scorers, and I think you pointed out last time, they lost the state's top scorer from the senior team last year, so big void to fill. We talked to the PA announcer who was looking at some of our stats. It's like, you guys have played a handful of tough games too, so I think we're in for another one of those great tough battles with this team, and I'm excited. It was worth the 2.5-hour drive when I knew we were coming up here based on the outcome of that last one. It was an exciting hockey game.
Yeah, Hayward comes into this game with a record of 10-10-2, so right at 500, but they've played some real battles. They've played in a lot of close games. You look at the outcomes of those games, a lot of 1- and 2-goal type of games. So they are used to playing tight games. They like playing tight games. They average 2.32 goals per game, giving up 1.68 goals per game. They are the number 3 seed in Section 1. They will host Medford in the playoffs next week on February 19th. Meanwhile, your St. Croix Valley Fusion come into this game 18-4. If they win out the last 2 games, Andrew, they'll win 20 games this season, and they are on a straight heater right now coming into this game, averaging nearly 4 goals per game, giving up 1.5 goals per game. They're 6-1. They won the Big Rivers Conference Championship game last week of that win over in Eau Claire. They clinched the conference. They've got one more conference game coming up Thursday against Chippewa Falls. But this team comes in here just on a straight heater. Really, really tough to beat. They are just playing awesome. Their goaltender is playing awesome. Caitlin Gustafson comes into this game giving up less than 1.5 goals a game, .936 save percentage. She is money in between the pipes, 18-4 this season. No goaltender in the state of Wisconsin has more wins than Caitlin Gustafson. In the other net on the other side, you've got McKenna Hutchinson also having a great season. Doesn't have the wins because she's not getting the goal production in front of her, but she has a 1.53 goals against average, saving .946. She's got 6 shutouts. So this is going to be, like you said, a heck of a hockey game tonight. You're going to see a Hayward team that's going to try to keep the game in the neutral zone, try to get the Fusion to make some mistakes, trying to get themselves some scoring opportunities off of those mistakes. It should be a really fun contest between a team that likes to score a lot of goals, likes to put the puck in the net, and a team that just wants to slow everything down, put some bodies on you and try to slow you down. So definitely a battle of 2 philosophies, but it should be a fun game. Here's our starting lineup.
Now forward, a junior, wearing number 4, Jane Volgren.
Jane Volgren getting the start tonight.
Forward, a junior, wearing number 9, Lily Middle.
With Lily Middle.
Forward, a senior, wearing number 15, Chloe Ralston.
Chloe Ralston.
Nice.
On defense, a junior, wearing number 13, Sydney Kibble.
On the blue line, Sid Kibble.
On defense, a senior, wearing number 32, Sophia Munson.
Sophia Money Munson.
And in goal, a sophomore, number 1, Caitlin Gustafson.
KG in
and
between the
the rest of
pipes.
the St. Croix Valley Fusion head coach, Matt Cranston.
Coached by Matt Cranston, now the Hayward Hurricanes.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is the final home regular season game for the Hurricane
Senior night here
Seniors.
tonight in Hayward.
We will now introduce to the seniors to you as they get ready to take the ice for the final time.
For what it's worth, one of my favorite
Number 8,
songs.
Colby Springer.
Chicago Bulls, 90s Bulls.
Number
Oh, yeah.
11, Ellen Thompson.
was Colby Springer, and now Helen
Number
Thompson.
12, Reese Duncan.
Reese Duncan will be playing college hockey next season at
Number
Lawrence University.
17, Lizzie Penscover.
Lizzie Penscover, another senior.
Number 21, Ava Peters.
Number 21, Ava Peters.
Number 29, Savannah Harris.
Savannah Harris, number 9, their
And
second
number
leading scorer.
33, McKenna Hutchison.
And McKenna Hutchison in the net tonight for the Hurricanes. Much like KG, McKenna is the only goaltender that's played varsity hockey this season for the Hurricanes.
And she is I would say, exceptional goalie.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That was one of the takeaways that first match.
Yeah, you've got two of the best goaltenders in the state tonight on the ice in front of it.
at the large scoreboard end as we play the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem. Thank you.
There is something about an organ that's a little nostalgic and throwback that seems to fit this arena.
Yeah, this is a great old barn, and you've got the PRS announcer. You've talked about it a couple times, had a few opportunities to talk to him. He has a booming radio voice. It is fun just being in the building with a voice like that and hearing him call the game. So it should be a really fun game tonight, just on the ice and just everything surrounding it. Just a cool old barn here. They've got 2 rinks up here in Hayward, one across the way with no heat in it. You walk in there, you're like playing hockey in a meat locker, but it's an opportunity. They've got 2 rinks. It's nice to have 2 sheets of ice under a roof. They've also got an outdoor arena just behind us, just outside here too. So a lot of places to skate, a lot of opportunities to get on the ice for these kids up in Hayward, and they've had some real dandies coming out of this program. You talked about a little bit earlier with Reese Duncan last year, putting over 50 points a game up on the board for 2 seasons in a row to close out her high school career. She was pretty awesome to see on the ice, and just a lot of really good hockey being played up here in Hayward. Think about it, you know, as a resort town, it's a lot of fun to come up here, but the city itself, it's not super big.
I think it's 2,100 coming in for population, for frame of reference.
Yep, so they do co-op here in their girls program. They got kids from Barron, where we were playing a couple weeks ago, but kids from all over the area here playing with the Canes on the girls' side. Middle, we'll bounce it back.
Huh? Did that catch a player on off the boards?
Okay.
Must have, yeah.
Bounced off a player in the bench area, so they'll drop the puck here in the neutral zone. Lily Middle will take the draw for the Fusion. Volgren tries to drop it off for Sid Kivel. Hayward trying to make something happen, but Middle able to come out of there with it. Middle loses the handle, and Colby Springer will dump it back down. Gustafson settles it down behind the net, over to Volgren. Volgren up the ice, picked up by Hart at center stripe for Hayward. Now Duncan, battling along the near side boards. Kings trying to get something going. Sid Kibble chips it over to the boards. Sid loses their footing, and now we've got another whistle. We're going to have a penalty coming. They're going to call interference. And it will be on Volgren. So the Fusion will go short early on in this. 16-18 to go here first period. So just less than 45 seconds into the game, the Fusion will be shorthanded.
Let's hope we can get out of this, because if I'm strategizing as Hayward after that first game, I'm wanting to get out quick. If you can get one goal early with the defense they play.
St. Roy, nice penalty. Number 4, James Volgren.
Adams.
A 2-minute minor for interference. Time of the penalty, 42 seconds of the period. Hurricanes are on the power play.
We'll dump it deep. My least favorite play ever on the power play, dumping the puck. Dump it when you're at full strength, but man, I hate it when they dump it on the power play. Canes get it to the back door, but unable to get a lot of mustard on that shot from Cynthia Hart. Hart with it. She'll try to send it back.
So close.
Kibble just got just a bit of stick on it. And now Harris with it. Harris will get it down low to Elliott. Elliott working along the near side. Back to Harris. Back out to the point and Shu. Fusion just trying to get that puck shaken loose and try to get it clear here, but
there we go.
Just bounces it over to Kibble. Now Adams gathers it up, tries to clear it out. Adams will do it again, ties up the player, but get an opening here. It's number 29, Harris with it. Harris sends it down into the corner, gets it to Elliott. Now Kibble with it. Kibble over to Adams, and Adams will send it the length of the ice. 25 seconds left here in the Hayward power play. Middle is on for the Fusion, along with DeLong. Puck out to Turner, and now onto the stick of Duncan. Back to Turner. Volgren's going to spring out of that box here in just a second. Shot down in the corner. Volgren back on. Fusion able to kill the penalty. That'll add to their rock-solid 88-point penalty kill average. That's as good as it gets.
It is. And that's something we've been watching this year. Their power play has fallen off, but their penalty kill seems to have gotten stronger.
Volgren winds, fires, puck loose behind the net. Volgren picks it up. Volgren looking for a little time and space.
A little pirouette.
He'll skate around, drop it off for Munson. Munson down to middle. Middle, cross ice, out to Kibble. Sid Kibble over there. Kibble back to Munson. Munson winds, fires, traffic out front. Puck gets knocked down. Puck picked up by the Hurricanes. They'll bring it back the other way. Harper Sheehan crosses the blue line stripe. Hayward in the middle of a change. Now Sid Kibble with it. Kibble trying to get it over to Volgren. Volgren sends it up. Puck goes straight up in the air. Now Sid Kibble back on the far side. Larson gets a stick on it. Kibble sends it. And that thing's going to get some breaks, and they'll blow it dead. Icing is the call.
Ladies and gentlemen, we wish to correct an error in the introduction of our players. Inadvertently leading off one of the players, she was just down during the last power play. Would you please have a hand for number 7, Abby Elliott.
Abby Elliott gets her own introduction since they missed it. Mo Kibble to take the draw here for the Fusion. Shot and a save by Gustafson. And we'll get another quick whistle here. 12:54 to go first period. Scoreless game. Kibble out there with Larson and Jenna Volgren. Kibble, the senior, flanked by a couple of freshmen. Kibble to take the draw. Bouncing puck, Jane Volgren battling for it. Puck will swing around. Kibble up to protect the blue line. Hayward looking for a little room here. We'll bounce it down into the corner. Hayward works the puck behind the net. Now Jenna Volgren working. Kaylee Lansing, nice little stick there by Kibble to send it out. Puck loose up front. All kinds of bodies up there. Gustafson able to pick out the puck and get on top of it.
From our angle, that puck disappeared. Went into a set of legs and thankfully into KG's chest.
Catchers make good goaltenders, and that was definitely one of those spots where, as a catcher, maybe the batter swings, maybe gets a little piece of it. They're still able to come up with the ball. That's one of those spots right there. Munson with it. Munson working it up the boards here. Fusion able to clear the zone. Harper Sheehan up the boards looking for Duncan. And now Adams working through traffic. Adams found a little opening. She'll skate it behind the net, try to go for the wraparound. Had Ralston coming up the middle. Now Volgren with it. Volgren skates the blue line over to Adams. Adams winds, fires, shoots. Loose puck gathered up by Elliott for the Canes. Here comes Elliott with money back for the Fuse. And Gustafson will cover, and we'll get a whistle with 11:31 to go here in the first period. Still scoreless. Canes with 3 shots on net, your Fusion with 2. Middle will take the draw here for the Fuse.
Couple of items tonight here while we get back to action. We have Lindis out and Ella Stanley, and a couple of JV players have come up. I know Emma's up and Lila Dexheimer.
And Esme Harvey's up tonight as well.
That's right.
Senior Audrey Gulick also dressed for the Blue Liners tonight. Volgren battling along with Middle. Canes come out of there with it. Harmon takes a shot at it. Puck back to Money. Money
nice
up the
pass.
boards. Over to Middle. Middle gets to the middle. Winds, fires.
Yeah!
Picked up the loose change. Jane Volgren and fires it home, and it's 1-0 Fusion. Middle shot. Puck bounced right out of the stick of Jane Volgren. The goaltender had moved over to the left side of the net. The whole other side is wide open, and Jane Volgren with an easy opening there to send that puck back, and it's 1-0 Fusion.
A little bit of puck luck. There's some nights where that shot by Middle kicks in a way that nobody's seen. There we had girls on both sides flank. Came to Volgren, easy bear.
That's why you got to follow the shooter into the net, though. Jane Volgren just followed Middle right to the net. That puck came out and she went home. Dexheimer on ice here for the Fusion.
Lily Middle. Time of the goal, 4:11 of the first period.
Volgren from Middle, her 18th goal of the season for Jane Volgren. For Middle, it's her 16th assist, 31st point of the year. For Middle, Lily Middle comes into the game today, leading the Fusion in points. Puck back behind the net. Kibble walks it over to the near side. Scooped up by Dexheimer. Dexheimer out ahead for Harmon. Can't connect. Now on the stick of Lansing. Lansing with some space in front of her. Lansing crosses the blue line. Lansing still working. Jenna Volgren is there. Now Lansing picks it up at the blue line, sends it back down deep. Jenna Volgren working from behind the net. Jenna Volgren with it, still working through traffic. Nice step up there by Oakley Holdorf. Holdorf trying to get the puck to the net. Puck bounces out to the point. Volgren sends it back down deep. Larson working against Cynthia Hart over the far side. Holdorf will get there. Holdorf gets a stick on it, but number 7, that's Abby Elliott. Fusion able to clear the zone.
Really good play there by Holdorf. 2 battles, and then she ended up coming away with it there, stuck with it.
Holdorf has really played great in her own end in this latest winning streak that the Fusion has had. A lot of it because of the way Oakley Holdorf has played in the defensive end. She's been exceptional. All the way back to Gustafson. She'll settle it down and cover, get a whistle, let the Fusion finish up their change here. 8:50 to go, first period. Fusion lead it 1-0.
feels like thus far, we opened a lot of their aggressive play, and now we've kind of leveled off and normalized. Been a lot more down here, so.
Middle to take the draw. Kind of took their first wave.
Yeah.
Munson. And now the Canes working from behind, and that puck loose up front. Bounces all the way out the point. They'll work it over. Shot. Goes behind the net safely. And Gustafson will cover again just to settle this whole thing down. 8:27 to go. The Canes scoreless so far in this game, but they've definitely had a couple of really choice opportunities. They've moved the puck very well in the Fusion zone here early on in this game.
They have. And even that power play, they did a good job keeping it in their zone, getting good passes. They didn't get a lot of good looks, though, ironically. So.
Middle to take the draw with Ralston and Jane Volgren. Now Adams will just bounce it off the boards, trying to hook up with Volgren. Now she'll send it out there looking for Volgren once again, and Volgren is going to lobby, say maybe I got a touch on that. Nope, she won't even argue it. It'll be icing, and the puck will come back down into the Fusion end with 8:16 to go in the first period, and the Fusion leading it 1-0 on the strength of a Jane Volgren goal.
I think Adams would have definitely argued had she had the chance based on her initial look when the arm went up.
Middle will take the draw. Back to the point, Cynthia Hart bounces it over for Sheehan. Lily Middle trying to catch up with that loose puck. Gathered up by Webster for the Canes. She shoots, nice save and a great play there by Holdorf. There's another one of those plays we talked about. Just getting those loose pucks, those dangerous pucks out to the boards, get them in the safe areas. Now Volgren with it, she'll bounce it up the boards. Middle steps in there. Fusion trying to clear this puck out. They go up to Ralston. And Volgren tried to dump it down. It was right off the skate of Webster. Scooped up by Holdorf. Holdorf sends it down. DeLong is on with Harmon. Dexheimer skates on as well. Puck bounces out to Adams. Adams trying to work through traffic. Now it'll bounce out to Holdorf. 7:19 to go first period. Fusion up 1-0. Nice knockdown with the skate there by Elliott.
What a play there by Adams. That was disaster coming.
Harmon looking, that's Dexheimer looking for Harmon. Elliott will dump it down for the Canes. Helen Thompson over there for Hayward. Thompson picks it up in the near side corner. She'll skate it behind the net. Puck bounces out to Birch. Loose puck up front, and Gustafson able to shut it down. She got that glove up just in time. The Canes trying to jam it in there, but Gustafson shuts the door, and Holdorf in the pile there as well, trying to deny the Hurricanes an opportunity to tie this game up.
And again, that's some of that physical play. Again, nothing I would say was dirty about that, but they really know how to collapse, and they're tough to move.
Kibble will take the draw with Mulder and Larson. Munson and Sid Kibble with ease. Larson comes out of the pile with it. Couldn't quite get the center stripe. Picked up by Kibble, back to Munson, or picked up by Volgren, back to Munson. Kibble, bounce it over to Jenna Volgren. Volgren! Oh boy, Volgren had some opening there.
Great heads-up work there, maintaining puck awareness.
Volgren with it. Volgren working through traffic. Volgren shoots, and a great save by Hutchison.
Emma popped wide open there, right on that shot.
Great series of offensive chances there for the Fusion, and Coach Cranston will keep these forwards on the ice. Holdorf and Lansing come on defensively. Kibble will take the draw. Try to bounce it over to Lansing, unable to connect. Scooped up by Larson. Larson will dump it down deep. Volgren on the near side. Volgren. Holdorf steps in, knocks that puck down. Onto the stick of Larson. Larson fires. Great defensive play there by Sheehan. Larson battling along the far side, comes out of there with it. Working to the center of the ice. Fusion in the middle of a change. Now
Love
Jane
it.
Volgren with it.
Good forecheck play there by Emma, just to buy time to allow fresh legs to get out there.
Now Ralston working in the far side corner. Puck out to Jane Volgren. Jane Volgren across the blue line. Now across the center stripe. Volgren working past the official. Trying to center it up to Ralston. Nice play there off the skate of Webster for the Canes. Volgren with it once again. She's got middle just kind of hovering around in the slot. And now Ralston. Ralston from the far side. Puck up the middle. She'll drop it out to Adams. Adams tried to send it down. Munson is going to be back here defensively as Hayward will skate it in to shoot on Gustafson. Gustafson drops it off behind the net. Jane Volgren out the middle. Middle makes a beautiful move. Crosses the blue line, fires it down. Hutchison's going to drop it off for her D. Now Money with it. Money drops it off for middle. DeLong picks it up. DeLong with Harmon. DeLong will skate it in. DeLong working behind the net. Trying to get to the slot. Yeah, Harmon up front. Dexheimer skates in. Puck out to the blue line. Adams fires, bounces it off a Hayward player. Puck out to Kibble now. Kibble in the neutral zone. Kibble will send it down deep. 4:05 to go, first period. Fusion leading at 1-0. Here comes the Canes back the other way. Shot and a save by Gustafson.
That had the makeup for 2-on-1 there. Played nicely. They were a little late timing up the entry, which made it a little easier for Adams and Gustafson to defend.
Sid Kibble was back. She had the skater coming down, left Gustafson with the shooter, and Gustafson made the save. Holdorf up to Kibble. Kibble working through traffic. Larson with it. Larson lines, fires, puck down in the corner. Kibble catching up to it. Now Jenna Volgren on the stick. Larson, she shoots again, and Hutchison with the save. This group has put a lot of pressure on Hutchison when they're on the ice.
They really have, and that puck comes off so fast of Emma's stick. It does not look like she's shooting in a shooting position, and yet it's on the goaltender.
Kibble to take the draw. He's got Holdorf and Lansing behind her. Jenna Volgren working through traffic. Jenna tries the backhand opportunity. Puck still loose out front. It'll bounce out. Lansing sends it right back down. Kibble working with Jenna Volgren behind the net. Larson on the far side. Hayward trying to work it out of there. Jenna Volgren able to pull that puck back out of there. Larson heads to the bench for a change. Kibble with it now. Lansing on the stick of Volgren. Volgren will send it down and head for a change. Ralston pressuring. Jane Volgren with it now, right in front of the bench area. Ralston across to Lily Middle. Middle, tried to dump it off for Ralston. Now Adams picks it up. Adams across the blue line, loses the handle. Sticked away by Webster. Webster will bring it in. Munson is back, picked up by Lansing over there, over to Middle. Middle, across the blue line. Great stick there defensively by number 13, Bailey Shue, for the Hurricanes. Back to Munson. Munson fires it up the middle. Shue gets a stick on it. Harmon pressuring. Over to Volgren. Volgren. She'll skate it across the blue line. Volgren. Oh boy, she got the spot where she could pull the trigger. Couldn't quite get a hold of the puck.
That looked like a most complicated way to get to that point on the ice.
Munson bounces it down. Canes control it. They'll send it cross ice on the stretch pass over to Duncan. Duncan tries to fire. Lansing gets the stick on stick. Now Lansing with it. Lansing bounce it off the far side boards. Trying to chase this one down. Nice hustle there by Lansing. Kaylee Lansing still working. A one-person forecheck there by Kaylee Lansing.
Who's the D?
Yep. Larson playing back there in the corner. shot, and Gustafson with the save. And with 1:11 to play here in the first period, it's 1-0 Fusion. Fuse will change them up here. They'll bring in Kibble and Jenna Volgren, and it will be Adams along with Haldorf defensively. Kibble will take the draw against Colby Springer. Senior against senior. Kibble trying to use her body there to clear it out. Kibble going to play college hockey next season at St. Pat's.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
1 minute left in the period. Adams bounced it out in the neutral zone. Kane sent it right back down. Holdorf is there. Holdorf over to Adams. Adams up the ice to Kibble. Kibble over to Larson. Larson gathers it up, sends that puck deep with 43 seconds to go. Kibble and Volgren on the forecheck. Puck's going to swing around, though, over to Webster. Nice play by Larson. She draws the penalty. And the Fusion will go on the power play with 30 seconds remaining here in the first period.
I'd say there is nothing more fluid and smooth than a good breakout.
Yep.
When you just 2 passes, a little chip to the next girl flying down the ice, it's a thing of beauty.
When they get it humming, it's fun to watch. So the Fusion will go on the power play here with 30 seconds left in the first period, leading at 1-0 on a goal from Jane Volgren, assisted off the stick of Lily Middle. Shot from the point.
A 2-minute minor for holding.
And Middle will
Time of the penalty,
get things going in the neutral
16:30
zone.
of the period.
Middle over to Adams. Adams back
St.
over
Croix
to Jane
Valley
Volgren.
now on the power
Volgren
play.
lines, fires. Shot goes wide. They'll let it go back to Adams at the blue line. Now over to Kibble. Kibble back out to Adams. Adams over to Middle. Middle on the one-time shot goes wide. Now over to Kibble. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds shoot. And that will do it for the period. So at the end of 1, it's the Fusion 1
period.
and
The
Hayward
score,
nothing.
St. Croix Valley 1 and the Hurricanes
And Hayward both with 10 shots on net in the period. Hayward played a heck of a period there. Just that one play is what separates us here. Middle came down, shot, puck bounces off the pads of Hutchison. And Jane Volgren was right there to put it away. And other than that, this game has really been very evenly played.
It really has been. It's been back and forth. I think it started a little surge, and then we leveled off, and then that last half of the period was just up and down. Plays would develop, then they get blown up.
7 p.m.
It felt like we had a lot of good, as good of offensive movement that I've seen all year. The breakouts, connecting in the middle, following through. The other half of that is we're seeing good team defense, and as you gel, that's what you want to see. The freshmen that are stepping up, you know, it's next in line. Get out there and go. If my math's correct, it looks like Emma is filling for Ella Stanley at the wing, and they got Dexheimer filling for Lindis. He normally plays center.
Yep, that's exactly what you're seeing. Hey, they're gonna do a little senior thing here. We're gonna sign off. We'll be back with second period action in just a little bit.
Get some of that wild.
Next we have number 8, Colby Springer. Colby is a senior at Hayward High School. Her parents are Pat and Janet Springer. Colby has been a member of the Hayward Varsity team for 4 years and is an alternate captain on this year's team. She's a 3-sport athlete participating in hockey, volleyball, and softball. The shortstop for freshman year, sophomore year.
Am I on mute? Second period action about to get underway here at the Hayward Sports Center. The Fusion lead at 1-0, and they're on the power play for the next. It's Chris Larson with Andrew Nelson and Adam Lindis on the camera. Pleased to bring you Fusion Hockey here tonight on a Tuesday night in Hayward, Wisconsin. This 1-0 lead, they go cross ice over to middle. No, that's Volgren. Jane Volgren now out to middle. Middle lines up, fires from the point. Had it, but not now out to Adams. Adams winds and fires again, and Hutchison will be able to. We mentioned earlier Morgan Kibble. Reese Duncan going to Lawrence University. Found out during the intermission, got another college hockey player on the ice as well. That goaltender, Hutchison. Next year, so a lot of talent on display. Shot from the point. We talked about get through traffic. That was a great example of it. In front of the ice, and Eleanor Adams found an opening, got it all the way to the net. But Hutchison able to shut the door. 53 seconds left in the power play. 16-20. Kibble to take the draw against Reese Duncan. Kibble ties her up. Kibble puck out to Adams. Adams will bounce it back down to Kibble. Kibble takes. Shoots, puck loose, gets another stick on it. Kibble able to keep it in, sends it over Jane Volgren trying to chase this one down, ties up the puck along the far side boards. Still bounce around. Middle, skates it to the middle. Oh, she hits it off the stick of Jenna Volgren, who is up front in front of the net. Over to Jane Volgren. Volgren back. Jenna gathers it up, shoots. Hutchison getting her in front of it. Back out to Jane Volgren. Volgren, create a little space, sends it out to middle. Middle, back to Volgren. Volgren back to middle. Middle lines, fires, knocked down by Elliott. And Elliott will send it out in the neutral zone. Middle, Hayward back to full strength. They're able to kill the penalty. Puck bounces up to Jane Volgren. Volgren brings it through traffic. Volgren shoots. Puck loose on the backside, but it's picked up by Webster. Work there by Harmon to keep it in. Volgren will head to the bench for a change. Harmon and Dexheimer are on. Puck out to the neutral zone. Holdorf scoops it up in the neutral zone.
Referee wasn't tickled about her sending it up or out behind his back there.
Icing the call, and we'll have a zone draw here. 14:54 to go, second period. It'll be Holdorf out there with Kaylee Lansing, and Volgren. Kibble will take the job. Kibble going back for it. Larson trying to defend, gets in front, blocks the shot. Will go back into the fusion zone. Holdorf with it. Up ahead, looking for Larson. Taken away, and now Volgren takes it away. Volgren looking for a little time and space now. She'll skate. Working. Goes cross ice over to Holdorf. Holdorf fires. Working in the near side corner now. Larson jumps in to Lansing. Lansing fires to the point, knocked down by the Canes. But Lansing will send it back down. Fusion get a change. Over now, Jenna Volgren will make her way to the bench. Middle working. Oh, had Ralston with her. Boulder zone. Had to dump it down from her knees. Puck out into the neutral zone.
Solid sequence there, though.
Picked up by Middle. Middle across the center stripe, loses the handle at the blue line. The Hurricanes come away with it. Now Duncan from behind the net. Hutchison taking a look. At the point. They send it back down to Duncan. Gathered up by Jane Volgren, the junior. Jane Volgren. Blocker saved by Hutchison. Puck behind the net. Still loose. Lily Middle had an opportunity there, and I don't think Hutchison knew the puck was there.
I don't think she did.
Penskover will bring it in for the Canes. She's hassled by Kip. And Gustafson will get a cover, and we'll get a whistle with 12:49 to go here in the second period. Your Fusion leading it. Kibble and Jenna Volgren out there. Kibble will take the draw. She's up there against Colby Springer, senior forward for the Canes. Larson out to Volgren. Volgren just a little bit too much in front of her. Puck coming back down. Larson gets a stick on it, takes it away. Now it's picked up by Webster. Out to the point. Canes send it back down deep. Adams by Holdorf. Holdorf up ahead. Sent back down by the Canes. Adams with it. Canes. Larson bounces it around. Nice deflection there by Holdorf just to send it out and away. Picked up by Adams. Will cross the blue line. He's got both. Harmon is on. Onto the stick of Holdorf. She'll just bounce it right back down. Volgren will get a change. Sophia DeLong for the Fusion. Get a change. Now Adams with it. Adams. Over to Harmon. Harmon working through traffic. Dumps it down. Back onto the stick of Harmon, or Holdorf. Now Adams sends it up the ice. Picked up by Holdorf. Nice play by DeLong. Scooping it up in neutral ice. She'll bring it in. Shot from the glove up just in time. The puck working over to the far side. Neutral zone. Sid Kibble's going to catch up to this. Dexheimer able to get it out in the neutral zone. Now DeLong. Kibble's going to go chase this one down with 10.5. 1-0 on the strength of a Jane Volgren goal period. So far, no scoring here in the second. Shot. With 10-13 to go here in the second period.
Yeah, and a lot of back and forth. I wouldn't say this thus far into the second. No advantage. Just good hockey all around, back and forth.
Very evenly played contest so far. Both teams, Austin and Jane Volgren. Holdorf sets it up for Volgren. Nice. Volgren works it across the blue line. Scooped up by Middle working. It's going to be a goal.
She tried to reach. It in, but it's happening so fast.
And we get a whistle for icing. The Fusion will get an ozone draw here, 9:51 to go. Middle has been real close on a couple of events here tonight already. The one time she was really close, Jane Volgren was able to finish it off, but Lily Middle has really brought the puck. Does best. She leads the team in goals, and she's shown why. Middle to take the draw. Canes cleared up by number 29, Savannah Harris. Harris with 9 goals on the season as well, second leading scorer for the Canes. One goes up in the netting. We'll get a whistle and a D-zone draw here with 9:26 to go in the second period.
Do you ever see a delay a game at the high school level?
I'm not a rules expert, but I've never seen it would be like an intentional type of thing. Maybe they would call it, but just in a it's going to get bad.
Errant puck flips.
Yep.
Oh, you're good.
Battle along the far side boards. Jane Volgren. 2 and came out of there with the puck. Kibble working down the ice. Oh, lost the handle right at the blue line. The Fusion were going back the other way. Great back check there by Morgan Kibble. She led the charge going one way and led the charge.
Direction, 3 of them are heading back. It's kind of cool.
Nice play by Sid Kibble there too. There. Morgan Kibble trying to dump it down. Fusion getting it. Munson is back along with Sid Kibble. DeLong stepping out of the ice in a varsity game for the first time. Munson's going to gather this up behind her own net. 7:50 to go. Second period, 1. That one's going to bounce and settle down behind the net. Land trying to get something happening here for the Canes. They'll step up, fire from the point. That one goes wide. Hart gathers it up on the near side. She'll send it back down, and it'll be Sheehan sending it deep behind the net. Kibble out to Harvey. Harvey with it. Harvey works it across the center stripe. She'll dump it down and head for the bench. That's exactly what you want to see out of your young forward on her first shift. Getting that puck down and deep. Here come the Canes back in with it. Harmon up ahead to middle. She'll leave it for Volgren. They'll ship it out in the neutral zone, picked up by Adams. Now Volgren with it. Volgren working through traffic. Neutral zone to middle. Middle will work it in. Jane Volgren with it now. Volgren just battling through traffic. Middle. Ralston jumps in. Puck out. 5 to go here in the second period. Still a 1-0 game. Middle takes a look around. Fires it all the way up the ice, trying to hit Volgren on the touchdown. Taken away by Hart. Holdorf Goes cross. And now Middle with it. 6 minutes to play. Middle back to Holdar. Looking for Middle. Picked up by number 3, Diella St. Germain. Volgren lines, fires by Hutchison, and we get a whistle with 5:44 to go in the second period.
Holdorf just couldn't hit that first connector pass. You got 3 attempts at it, tried different angles.
So Kendra Harmon will check in now with Kibble. 4 to go here, second period. Shots are 19-11 in favor of the Fusion. It's a 1-0 game. Volgren battling along the far side corner. Puck out in the neutral zone. Now Lansing picks it up. Lansing bounces it up the boards. And Harmon tries to dump it in. Harmon with it. Harmon lines, fires, shoots. Coming in from the backside there. Still working. Is Kibble. Here comes the Canes back the other way. Kaylee Lansing tracking well, shuts down Elliott, coming back the other way. Picked up by Lansing. Lansing will just send.
Good touch on that, no ice.
Yep. Put a little English on it.
There we go.
Lansing dumps it down deep. Kibble. Able to send it in to the Canes. Canes control it. Shu dumps it down. Kaylee Lansing tries to clear it out. It's picked up by Springer. Springer will send it deep. Now Lily Middle with it. Middle across the center stripe. Middle with DeLong and Jane Volgren. Picked up by Jane. Jane fires, and Hutchison with the save and the whistle.
Might have been a quick whistle on that one from the looks of things.
Yeah,
Jane kept attacking.
So 3:58 to play here, second period. It'll be Middle with Volgren and DeLong, and Adams and Munson behind them. Middle will take the draw. Fusion lead at 1. Puck out to the point, and Adams. Adams just tuck it down deep. Puck swings over to the far side. Middle drops it off for Munson. And Hutchison closes up, and we'll get another whistle at 3:43. Volgren trying to work it through traffic. Now picked up by Adams. Adams over to Munson. Adams. And now Munson with it. Munson up ahead to Jenna Volgren. Volgren over to Kibble. Kibble alone. Kibble got one person to beat. Works around Hart. Takes her time and scores. Mo Kibble had one player to beat. Worked right around her and then right over the pads of Hutchison to make it a 2-0 game.
I wonder if Mo did any study on that. It looked like she knew exactly she's going to get the goalie to move and then just brought it right back to the forehand side and dumped in. That was a nice one.
I think Mo Kibble's got a lot of tricks in that bag. As soon as she gets a little space like that, gets behind the defense, it's going to be real tough for any goaltender.
It will.
So the Fusion will roll Middle, Jane Volgren and Sophia DeLong out. It'll be Lansing and Sid Kibble, the D's.
St. Croix having goal. Her 16th of the year. Scored by number 12, Morgan Kibble. Assisted by number 5, Jenna Volgren.
16th goal of the season for Mo Kibble.
And at number 32, Sophia Munson.
Munson and Jenna Volgren pick up the apples. That's the 18th assist of the season for Jenna Volgren. She leads the team in assists. Sophia Munson also picks up the assist, and that is her 7th assist of the year. Kane's trying to set up shop there. Great pass there.
Good look.
By number 14, right to the crease. Webster had a player up front. But nice work there by Gustafson, just kind of shutting that thing down. Just get enough of a body out there to kind of take away the angles. Great stick there by Middle, just getting that puck out of trouble. Over to Middle. Middle, she's got room. Middle in a foot race. She gets tied up. Had a great opportunity there. Kane sent it down. Volgren to Harmon. Harmon. Shot goes wide of the net. Jenna Volgren on the ice for the Fusion. Middle. Still working through traffic. Canes are just going to send that one all the way down on net, so no ice. Sisson leaves it for Holdorf. Puck bounces up to Harmon in the neutral zone. Harmon just turns and fires it deep. Kibble. Harmon trying to get off the ice. She does. Sophia DeLong is on for the Fuse.
Mo wanted that. Just couldn't get the puck to her.
Puck out to Jenna Volgren. She shoots. 33 seconds to play here in the second period. 2-0 Fusion. And the Canes send it down. Adams with it. 20 seconds to go up to DeLong. Puck scooped up by Sheehan for the Canes. Sheehan sends it up the glass. Taken away by Volgren. Two seconds left, and that'll do it. So at the end of 2, it is the St. Croix Valley Fusion 2 and the Hayward Hurricanes 0. Shots in favor of the Fusion, 27-14. In that period, it was 17-4.
Definitely opened it up there. They got it moving. A lot of both good shots and a lot of long shots that were on net and gloved as you would expect by Sid Hutchinson. You know, nothing too exciting there, but Mo on a breakaway, like you mentioned, she is very tough to defend when she has space. Great stick work, and once you get the goalie moving, you're in trouble.
A lot of good things going here for the Fusion night, leading it 2-0 as we go to the second intermission for Andrew. We'll be right back with third period action as soon as that Zamboni clears the ice. Hope you guys are enjoying St. Croix Valley Fusion hockey here on the St. Valley Sports TV channel on the YouTube network. We'll see you in a bit. Third period about to get underway here in Hayward. It's Chris Larson with Andrew Nelson and Adam Lindis on the controls and on the camera. Your Fusion lead it 2-0 over Hayward.
So how do you strategize in that intermission if you're Hayward? You need to get points, but you also have to guard against Kibble flying down. Like, we've gotten a lot of stretched looks that it makes it tough to, which side do you prioritize?
The strategy is if you need to win the game, if you want to win the game, you're going to have to turn the heat up. You're going to have to start taking chances, and that may leave you susceptible to some of those things going back the other way. But you got to get the puck in the net. 4 shots in 1 period is not going to get it done for you. So they're going to have to start turning up the heat. Those defenders are going to have to start coming up if they want to start putting some pucks in the net against Augustus and a very stingy St. Croix Fusion defense. Adams with it right now. Adams up the ice. Over to Harmon. Oh, it's Ralston. Ralston back in the game here for the Fusion. Fuse went to 2 lines there at the end of the second period. Got the standard line here with Middle, Volgren, and Ralston out there now. Holdorf working behind the net. Canes come out of there with it. Holdorf still battling. Sends it around for Adams. Adams up the ice for Middle. Middle drops it off for Volgren. Volgren working behind the net. Taken away by the Canes. Larson back on the ice for the Fusion. Now Middle with it. Middle over to Adams. Adams sends it all the way down the length of the ice. That will be icing, and we'll have a D-zone draw with 15:45 to go here. Third period, Fusion leading it 2-0. Morgan Kivel will take the draw with Jenna Volgren and Emma Larson, Sophia Munson, and I believe that's Sid Kivel over there. Puck knocked out in the neutral zone. Here comes Kivel. Kivel lines, fires, looking for that back corner. Volgren over there on the far side now. Volgren will work behind the net. Volgren drops off. Shot from the point. That was Kivel. And Hutchison able to get a save. And we will reset from the far side down.
Ran into Coach Klund at intermission. He was really happy with their forecheck, back check, all of it. That second period. He kind of thought that was one of the better periods of hockey they played.
I love it. It's just like you're like a behind-the-scenes reporter, Andrew Nelson, getting the good information for us.
I might be talking to the head ice keeper here next time. You never know, Chris.
Yeah.
You never know.
Get us these insights you can't get anywhere else.
But, and isn't that what you want as you come down the home stretch? Start to gel, seeing the best hockey, sharp, transition, clean, generally clean. There's been, what, 2 penalties thus far?
Yeah, 1 on each team. Kevin wins it back to Holdorf. Holdorf and Lansing check in. Fusion keep the same forwards on the ice. Larson will swing it over to Volgren. Volgren tied up with Penskover. Larson going to chase it over on the far side. Now Lansing with it. Lansing up ahead to Volgren, but the Canes keep it in. Nice play there by Sheehan. Shot goes wide and behind the net. Volgren picks it up. Volgren working through traffic. Kivel and Larson peel off, and now Volgren will peel off. Dexheimer is on, along with DeLong and Harmon. Dexheimer, nice work coming back to the play. Shot, great block shot there by Adams, and Gustafson able to get a hold of the puck and keep hold of it. Some tangled up mess in front of the net there.
That was a dangerous one.
What you're seeing there is the Canes they're trying to do whatever they can. They know they got to get the puck in the net. So if they got to play through the whistle a little bit here, they're going to. And Gustafson able to cover that one again. Kind of the same deal. So they'll send out Jane Volgren along with Ralston and Lily Middle. And you want to start pushing and shoving in front of the net, Jane Volgren would be happy to join in on that deal. So.
I was going to comment on, is this our bruiser line? But the other two don't match the same style. But Jane, yeah, I'm with you.
Shot, that one goes wide. Volgren sends it up the boards and out in the neutral zone. Munson with it. Munson up the boards to Jane Volgren, over to Middle. Middle works through traffic. Middle finds some space, fires, looking at that back corner, goes just wide. Adams sends it down deep. Middle fires it down, picked up by the Canes. That's Springer. Springer sends it down. Munson's going to have to go back for it. Canes make a few changes. Munson across the center stripe, and she'll send it deep. And that will be the MO of the Fusion here for most of this period, is just keeping the puck deep. Knocked down there by Munson. Over to Larson. Larson up ahead to Mo Kibble. Kibble through traffic, got Volgren with her. Shot, puck loose out front. Kibble gets back to it. Canes able to clear in the neutral zone. Volgren working through traffic. Volgren will bring it in. Volgren will work it behind the net. Volgren drops it off for Larson. Larson working against Hart. Now Volgren back into the battle. Volgren ties her up behind the net. Kibble with it now. Kibble loses the handle. Puck out the neutral zone. Lansing's going to send it deep. Kibble and Volgren will come to the bench. Harmon is on for the Fusion. And now Dexheimer and DeLong step onto the ice.
Next three up. Let's apply some pressure.
Dexheimer and Harmon working in the near side corner. Puck over to the far side now. That one's going to go the length of the ice. Should be icing. No, they're going to wave it off. Henskover on the forecheck for the Canes. They'll bounce it out to Sheehan. Sheehan sends it on net. Save by Gustafson. Picked up by Hart. Hart fires. That one gets knocked down. Now Kibble with it. Kibble up ahead looking for Dexheimer. Picked up by Sheehan. Sheehan to Hart. Hart bounces it up the boards. Lansing gets a stick on it. Lansing gathers it up along the far side boards. Still working. Canes come out of the pile with it. Puck goes cross ice. DeLong working over here. Now Lansing. Harmon with a stick on it. Kibble looking for an opening. Fusion able to clear the zone. Harmon battling over by the penalty boxes. Shot goes back and behind the net. Webster with it for the Canes. Fusion go cross ice looking for Harmon. Can't hit the mark. Shue sends it over to the near side. That's Holzman Byrne. That one fires over the net. Shot and a glove save by Gustafson. So the Fusion will swap out their Ds. Adams and Holdorf will check in. It'll be Jane Volgren along with Middle and Chloe Ralston out there up front. 10:25 to go third period. Fusion lead it 2-0. Middle to take the draw. Adams clears it out in the neutral zone. Volgren, is trying to get that loose puck. Scooped up by Middle now. Middle across the blue line. Middle looking for some space. Taken away by Hart. Hart bounces it up. Adams steps up. Adams takes it away, trying to get the puck to Duncan. Adams with it. Still working through traffic. Ralston on the near side corner. Canes working up the boards, picked up by Middle. Middle drops it off for Holdorf. But here come the Canes back the other way. Nice tie up there by Middle.
Was good awareness. She had nobody behind her there either.
Holdorf up ahead to Middle. Middle trying to work it through traffic. Canes able to clear it out. Adams steps up, fires it deep. Volgren with it now. Volgren. Oh, trying to bring it in on her backhand. Canes come out of the pile with it. Now, Kibble swings it around. Volgren on the near side. Out to Morgan Kibble. Shot wide of the net. Sid Kibble shuts that one down, picked up by Jenna Volgren. Jenna Volgren working through traffic. Jenna Volgren up to Mo Kibble. Kibble will get it deep, and the forwards will head to the bench. 8.5 to go, midway point here, the third period. Fusion lead it 2-0. Canes get the puck deep. Munson with it. Munson will skate it behind the net. Esme Harvey back out there for the Fusion. Second shift of the night for the freshman.
Again, to your point,
Canes had a great opportunity there, yeah. Harvey with it. Fuse able to clear it out. Again, Holdorf making really good decisions from the defensive zone.
Concur.
Puck bounces down. Holdorf scoops it up. She'll swing it over to Harmon. Harmon trying to clear it out. Picked up by the Canes. Harmon gets the puck out of there. Sends it out in the neutral zone. DeLong pressuring. Middle onto the ice here for the Fusion. Middle with it. Middle. Sends it deep. Ralston battling along the far side. Middle steps in. Canes send the stretch pass down. Shot from Elliott, and Gustafson sends it over to the far side. Nice work there by Lansing. Clearing it out. 7 minutes to play. Middle. Puck all the way down to the end. Lansing gathers it up behind her own net. Duncan pressuring for the Canes. Lansing sends it over to the near side. Jane Volgren is there. Volgren tries to touch it up in the middle. Now Volgren comes back for it. Volgren working through traffic in the neutral zone. She'll send it deep and get a change. Kibble and Larson are on the ice for the Fusion.
It was a really clean change right there. You had two waiting, and as soon as Jane got across that line, she popped, boom. Again, those little things start to matter. You're not giving up opportunities. You don't want to get comfortable, but at the same time, just apply some pressure. They can't score.
It'll be Kibble, Larson, and Harmon up front. Adams and Munson the D's. One's going to go all the way down. They've already waved the icing off. I'm not sure how. That was not a good wave off.
I wasn't going to say it, but I've noticed a couple that have been pretty questionable going that way.
Adams working. Over to Munson, up to Larson. Larson to Kibble. Kibble across the center stripe. Kibble shoots. Jane Volgren slides in, fires. That one goes across the crease. Adams able to hold the zone. And now Jane Volgren gathers it up in the neutral zone. 5:25 to go here, third period. 2-0 Fusion. Sid Kibble says nobody's open. I'll just skate it up and send it down. Volgren with it. Volgren in the middle fires, puck loose. Hutchison couldn't find it, but she had it in her gear. We get a whistle with 5:06 to go. I can hear Middle calling for the puck basically from the moment she stepped off the bench. Across the blue line, Volgren hit her, and she sends a rocket to Hutchison, but Hutchison able to get in front of the net. Middle to take the draw out there with Ralston and Jane Volgren. Volgren trying to load it up, she fires. Now Ralston coming back for it. Ralston trying to work through traffic. Under 5 to play now. Lansing steps up. Lansing crosses the center stripe, sends it down. Ralston trying to chase this one down. Middle with it now. Middle drops it off for Lansing. Lansing kicks it up the boards. Lansing comes out of the pile with it. She'll skate it across the center stripe and send it deep. Fusion get a change. Middle coming back for it. Picked up by Jane Volgren. Volgren working through traffic. Back to Adams. Adams sends it down. Harmon working from the far side corner. Puck out to Adams. Scooped up by Webster for the Canes. Holdorf with it. Holdorf out of the neutral zone, picked up by Holtzman Byrne. Adams pressuring along the far side corner. Gets taken off of her skates. Canes will work it behind the net. Send it out to Holtzman Byrne. Shot. That one goes all the way through, but back behind the net. And DeLong gets out the neutral zone. DeLong with an opportunity here. DeLong with one player to beat. She'll skate it behind the net. Tried a little wraparound play there. Scooped up by Larson. Hayward sends it deep. Holdorf with it now. Holdorf sends it up the boards. Picked up by Jenna Volgren. Volgren turns around. Loses the handle. Holdorf back over to Volgren. Puck out the point, gathered up by Hart. Hart shoots, puck knocked down by Kiffel. Volgren battling for it. Dexheimer steps in. Net is empty for the Canes.
There's your color man. I should have noticed that.
Should have noticed that, Andy. I was watching the action on the other end. I turn around, there's an empty net.
Which also means we have an extra attacker on the ice. If you're scoring at home.
Jerseys. Larson working behind the net there. There's a Fusion defender back there as well.
We got a 5-girl skater scrum here.
That's Sid Kibble.
There it came.
1:25 to go. 2-0 Fusion. Empty net for Hayward. And Jenna Volgren's going to send that down for the goal. Jenna Volgren scores the empty netter. And that will put this one on ice. Jenna's 10th goal of the season and her 28th point of her freshman year. That's crazy.
Love it. Love it. That's the nucleus that helps reload, and that freshman class has got some real talent waiting in the wings.
Well, Coach Cranston, I think, was trying to get some goals for those young players. He had Dexheimer out there, he had Emma out there, Jenna. He was doing what he could to try to get those young players a goal there. He loaded up with some youngsters.
Goal scored by number 5, her 10th of the year for Jenna Volgren. An empty net goal at 15:46
Harvey checking in as well for the Fusion. Harvey out there with
1
Kibble and
minute
Jane
left
Volgren.
in the period.
Jane Volgren trying to set up Esme up front. Esme working over on the far side. Jane dumps it down deep. 40 seconds to play. Fusion lead it 3-0. You can always tell the young kids. They skate their 30 seconds and they get to the bench. They're not out there taking those 1:15 senior shifts. They're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing.
Think it's moving a little quicker, just enough to be like, yeah,
Yep.
I need to go when I'm burning. That's funny.
Lansing with it. 5 seconds to play. And Jane Volgen's just going to send that one down, and that'll do it.
All right.
So the Fusion pick up their 19th win of the season tonight here in Hayward, Wisconsin, winning it 3-0 over the Hayward Hurricanes. Gustafson picks up her 8th shutout of the season and state-leading 19th victory between the pipes. So another big night for Caitlin Gustafson, and just a great game. Again, this Fusion team is playing pretty much lights-out hockey right now. Playing some really, really good hockey and playing against great teams and getting it done. And just couldn't be playing much better as far as I'm concerned. Just doing a great job out there. This Thursday we'll be back in River Falls, and we'll be taking on, and be our final regular season game and final Big Rivers conference game against Chippewa Falls Menominee Thursday in River Falls. We'll have the broadcast for you there, and then we'll have a week off. So our first playoff game will be 2 weeks from tonight. Not sure where that's going to be played. It'll be played either in Baldwin or River Falls.
I think it's Baldwin.
But it'll be in Baldwin. There you go. In Baldwin. And we'll play the winner of Black River Falls and Hudson that night. So a lot of great hockey to come. A lot of great hockey we've seen here in the last month, and just really fun to see the Fusion playing the way they're playing. Really appreciate these guys. Adam Lindis and you and Eric Withers kind of just said, hey, we're going to do this whole thing, and you guys have done an awesome job. And I've just kind of come in here and helped at the end when you have been needed, but you guys are really the ones who put all this together. So really appreciate you guys doing this, and everybody get a chance to see all this stuff and see the way these kids are playing. It's going to be a good ride. Been a lot of fun. So.
And I appreciate the tutelage. I'm learning as I go here.
But it's been a good time. I'm Chris Larson, for Andrew Nelson and Adam Lindis. Just appreciate you guys being along for the ride. Been a lot of fun. Fusion win again tonight, 3-0. We'll see you Thursday.